What's up guys, the Snowman here, back with another soccer informational video. Today we're focusing on the different kinds of midfielders in the game of soccer. Please check out my different forwards video as well, but focusing on the middies today, many different kinds of midfielders, and depending on their specific position and playing style, their roles can vary greatly. I also want to give some examples for each type of midfielder, so let's jump in. Before we get into the different kinds of midfielders, a quick basic definition. Midfielders are most often positioned in the center of the pitch between the forwards and defenders. Typically a jack of all trades, they have some combination of both offensive and defensive duties on the field, but depending on their specific role, those duties can change. So most formations have somewhere between 3 and 5 midfielders who work together to make tackles, pass to teammates, retain possession, score goals, and much more. They typically travel the greatest distance during a match, thus making them among the fittest players in the game. So let's take a look at the first of our 5 main types of midfielders in football. We're going to work our way from the back of the pitch to the front. Our first midi is the holding or defensive midfielder, and in terms of where they're positioned on the field, it's mostly just in front of the 2 center backs in the center of the pitch. Their main job is to sit in front of the back 4 and clean up any potential threats, shielding the back line. Making tackles is a huge part of the job description for the holding midfielders. They're tasked with being physical and mucking up the central areas. They're constantly trying to anticipate the opponent's passes and make interceptions, as well as recoveries and clearances. These holding mids have high football IQs, the intelligence to be in the right place at the right time and be alert to the danger. They may not join the attack and score goals like other midfielders as much, but still an extremely vital position in just about every formation. Some of the best holding or defensive mids in today's game are N'Golo Kante and Casemiro. Kante covers just about every blade of grass while playing for Chelsea and the French national team. These stars have elite stamina, physical toughness, pretty decent speed as well. They bring the grit and determination to the soccer field. Next up is the number 6, also known as the Regista. The number 6 midfielder plays the role of a deep-lying playmaker. Positionally, it's pretty similar to the holding mid. They spend a lot of time right in front of the center back. Sometimes they'll even drift back and hold the same line as the 2 central defenders. It's a very similar position to the holding midfielder. However, the duties responsible for are a bit different. Number 6s are kind of like quarterbacks on the field. It's their job to orchestrate and direct attacks. Yes, they have defensive duties too, but they're not as physically imposing or athletic as holding mids. Their strengths are all about having the vision to pick out passes, make the best decisions in split seconds. They're the link between the center of the team to the final third. Number 6s most often play the most passes of anyone out there, constantly trying to open up the opposing defense from the center of the field. They tend to be very creative, finesse players. Some of the best number 6s in today's game are Toni Kroos and Jorginho. I also grew up watching the greatness of Andrea Pirlo and Xabi Alonso on full display. These guys are almost artists on the pitch. They're always a couple of steps ahead, seeing plays develop before they even happen. Just beautifully majestic passers of the ball. The third type of midfielder I want to talk about is the box-to-box mid, or the mezzala. The box-to-box midfielder can be found quite literally anywhere on the pitch. As their name suggests, they roam from the defending 18-yard box all the way to the attacking box. Nowhere on the field is off limits, although they spend most of their time in the middle third. The stamina levels for box-to-box middies are off the charts. They tend to do the most running of any player in the game. It's a true 50-50 ratio in terms of the offensive and defensive duties, making tackles and interceptions, also taking shots, making late runs into the box to add an extra dimension is a key trait of box-to-box middies. They're basically all-arounders who do a little bit of everything. A couple of box-to-box examples that come to mind are Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich and Inter's Nicolo Barella. Both guys cover so much ground and provide their teams tremendous balance with their attacking and defensive contributions. They're heavily involved in build-up play, linking up passes, marking opponents, and doing anything it takes to help their teams win. Number 4 is the advanced playmaker or attacking midfielder. Over time, this player has been referred to as the number 10, although nowadays we see more 8-10 hybrids, so kind of a blend between true number 10s and box-to-box middies who also provide defensive support. The advanced playmaker is typically placed somewhere somewhere centrally at the top of the midfield unit, just behind the forward line. Times they'll act like a traditional center mid, and other times they'll be that attacking threat. Advanced playmakers are very direct. They're constantly trying to apply pressure to back lines, taking defenders on in one-on-one situations. These players have great dribbling skills, the ability to create goal-scoring opportunities for themselves and their forwards, playing in through balls, racking up assists, making powerful runs, attacking mids. Very versatile players, and some of the best number 10s or advanced playmakers in the modern game include Neymar and Kevin De Bruyne. Sometimes Neymar plays out wide too, but I think his best position is the number 10 role, where he completely controls the tempo of a game, drawing fouls at will with his innate dribbling and body control. Of course, a major threat, scoring goals and assisting teammates too. Attacking mids are exceptionally fun to watch. And the last kind of midfielder is the wide midfielder, or the winger. Sometimes this player gets classified as a forward, but really can fit into either grouping. Like the name suggests, wide midfielders spend the vast majority of time in wide areas, constantly running up and down those flanks. If their team has possession of the ball, you'll probably find them in the attacking third, but not necessarily in the box. Like the advanced playmaker, wide midfielders want to take on defenders and apply pressure. They just do so in wider positions. Whipping and crosses is a key component as well, trying to be that supplier for strikers in the box, slipping in those key passes. Wide midfielders are known for being extraordinary dribblers, the capability to draw defenders in and create overloads with fullbacks making outside runs. Lionel Messi may be more of a winger at this stage, but he's a great example of this. Bernardo Silva and Yuri Tielemans too. These guys all work in conjunction with their fullbacks, both offensively and tracking back defensively on occasion. Their creative forces cutting in to score goals with their skill and speed, and then creating those intricate passing triangles with teammates to break down defenses. Those are the 5 different kinds of midfielders you'll see in football. Thanks a lot for watching my different types of midfielders in the game of soccer. Please check out my other soccer informational videos as well. If you want more content, subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Snowman Sports, and I'll be back real soon. Thanks a lot. Cheers.